everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Trisha Miller. I upload videos every Wednesday and Friday. I have my husband Steven with me today. We are recapping our Disney World trip. We're gonna share all the fun, all the excitement, but also hopefully give you some helpful information to kind of make your trip a little easier if you are planning on going. So for this video, it's our last one. We are going to talk about Hollywood Studios and EPCOT, and we'll show you a little bit. We did a breakfast, the Chef Mickey character experience. We're gonna wrap it all up today in our last video. So let's talk Hollywood Studios.
Loved it. It was amazing.
AKA Star Wars for our kids.
Star Wars.
Yeah, they were so excited for Star Wars.
They were perfect ages, enthusiastic ahead of time, so it just made the experience just awesome. So the whole park is really great.
Yeah, so let's talk the big rides so that you can kind of prepare. We did the Genie Plus for this. So the big rides are Slinky Dog, both of the Star Wars, Rise of the Resistance, Millennium Falcon, and then the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, which we did not do. We did the other three. So our plan of the day, we bought the Genie Plus at 7 a.m. like we were allowed to. I immediately got a pass to do a time to do the Millennium Falcon. So I knew we had that one, and then we paid the extra. So for Rise of the Resistance, if you want a guaranteed spot and time, a reservation, you have to pay per person for that ride. I knew that Rory and my mom would not be able to ride that one, so I just did it for Steven and I and the boys. So we, going into the park, had a guarantee to do both of the Star Wars rides, which I felt really good about. If that was the only thing we got to do that day, that was the main goal of going to Hollywood Studios. So I felt really good about that, so I recommend that if that's kind of your goal as well. So what we chose to do with kind of the rope drop, we got there early because we stayed on site, and we went straight to Slinky Dog.
Yeah.
I got in line with you guys.
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah. This was one where we got there. There was already a line.
Yeah.
It was projected for like 30 minutes, something like that, which was by far the shortest of the day. So again, if you get there straight to your, ride that you want to do, and there's a little bit of a line, just wait, just do it, because that'll be the shortest of the day. And it was great.
So I wimped out. So Everest was the very first roller coaster we did on the trip at Animal Kingdom, and that I learned that I'm not into roller coasters anymore. So the boys were comfortable now at this point. I didn't feel like I had to take one for the team and ride on Slinky Dog. The boys were comfortable, just ride in with Steven. So I was halfway through the line and decided, nope, I don't think I'm gonna do it. It's not worth not feeling good the rest of the day. So I got out of line, and while they did Slinky Dog, Rory and Yaya and I went and did the alien swirling saucers. This is all in Toy Story. Those were so fun. I was a little scared because when you look at it, you're swirling. I was thinking it was like the teacups and it was just gonna be not good. But you really, when you're on the ride, it doesn't feel like that. So I really do recommend the alien swirling saucers. We then rewrote it with the boys when they got off Slinky Dog. Anything about Slinky Dog to share?
No, it was one of our favorites. It is fast, it's exciting, so it's fun if you like roller coasters. It's not as crazy as Everest, so it's kind of the step down, I would say.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it.
Maybe I could have done it then.
Oh, you would have been fine.
So then we headed over to the Star Wars world, which even just being in there, it's so cool because you have the stormtroopers that are walking around, and it was really funny. Liam had a stormtrooper hat on, but when the stormtroopers would come close, he would take it off. I don't know why they didn't want them to see it. It was really sweet.
I think we told them they were going to recruit
him or something, so he just like slip it off really quick.
It was and then put it back on.
And then he put it back on when they were gone. It was really cute. And they stay in character, so like you can try to like take pictures with them and like be funny. And we got pictures, but they will not get out of character, which is something to note. Yeah. And so then we rode. Oh, then we made our droids first. So when we first got there, and by the way, shout out to my friend who got a reservation for me. I was texting her, asking her, where the droid depot is, and she helped me go online and make a reservation. It happened to not be crowded, so we got a reservation. If you want to build a droid, you cannot just show up. You have to have a reservation. So go to their website ahead of time. I did not realize that.
It's probably the same for the lightsaber.
Yes. Oh, the lightsaber, we couldn't get a reservation. It was booked all day long. So I don't know where the discrepancy was, where we could get one or not the other, but let this be a cautionary tale. Make your reservation. So we just made the droids, which ended up being
it was fun.
Wonderful. It's very expensive, so you might want to choose between the two. Look at the prices ahead of time. I will show you all the footage from that. The kids had a great time. Rory loved it. The people that worked there were just so sweet. And just
if you have multiple kids, multiple droids, keep that in mind because you got to carry those things around all day. We arranged it, but it's something to keep in mind. Whether it's a bag, you can get a backpack. It's extra. We didn't opt for that. We just went with bags, and it was fine. It worked out. But it's
So here's how it worked out, so you can learn. And we tied him to our
tied
stroller.
him to the stroller.
So every time Roy would get out of the stroller, it was a whole thing. The stroller would fall backwards. Cautionary tale. Plan ahead if you're gonna get a later. If you can make an appointment, get it the latest in the day,
yeah,
and then you have them and you leave.
Yeah.
Like that's probably why we were able to get an appointment for the morning, because nobody was crazy
So
enough to
listen
build them
everybody
and
else.
carry them around all day. But you know, we got those droids. We got them home safe.
Yeah,
they are
that was
loving
great.
them. It's worth it. Okay, so then. So we rode the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
So much fun. We did lunch. So we did have a lunch dining reservation for this. We did the sci-fi dine-in theater. You sit. It's a dark theater. They show these sci-fi films while you're eating lunch, and you're sitting in a car. It is a very cool experience.
Cool.
It is. Yeah. The typical Disney prices, not too over the board. So it's worth it. We had a really good time with that. We rode Rise of the Resistance after that. And then everybody was exhausted. This was like probably 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're thinking we're starting to leave towards the exit, and we saw this row of characters. Rory's idol was there. Fancy Nancy was there. We rounded the corner. I wish I could just have on film her face when she saw Fancy Nancy. I didn't even realize Fancy Nancy was gonna be there. We spent a good 45 minutes just going through. They have a whole line of the characters, and you can just go and take your pictures.
Yeah, we saw Woody, Jesse. I mean, there was tons of them.
So many characters at Hollywood Studios. It was awesome, and the lines really weren't that long to take pictures with them. So we ended up spending an hour or two just doing characters, and then it was time to go home. We spent the day the evening at the pool. It was just a nice little kind of
We were tired
refresh.
from Magic Kingdom. It had kind of built up, but it was a great day. Star Wars was fantastic. It was so much fun. Kids had a great time.
All right, we're going to show you our footage now from Hollywood Studios, and then we'll check back in with you and recap Epcot. All right. Day 3 of parks, day 4 of Disney. Where are we going? What's it called?
EPCOT. Hollywood.
Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood Studios.
I was able to secure both of the Star Wars rides for today. Woo!
Star Wars, woo!
Oh. Rory and I will be doing one of the Star Wars rides, and the other one, her and I are going to go do some mommy and bro time, right?
Yeah. Well, they're on the ride.
While they're on the ride. We're going to go do some fun stuff, right, Rory? Yeah. Do our own little ride. All right. We'll see what the day brings.
Bye. Bye.
Rory, what was your favorite part?
Goofy.
Goofy. Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Rise of the
welcome
Resistance.
aboard
Rise
the
of the
Disney
Resistance.
Skyliner
Rise of the Resistance.
at Disney
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios. We are
I'd
on
like to
our
know,
way
I
to
think when you
Disney
guys
Caribbean
made your
Beach Resort
droids.
with
Oh.
connections
Oh,
to Epcot International Gateway.
Rise of the Resistance
Resort,
and Slinky
Disney's
Dog.
Art of
Oh, yes.
Animation.
Oh, yeah, Slinky
Rise
Dog.
of the Resistance.
We hope you enjoyed your
Slinky
visit
Dog
to
was a
Hollywood
very
today.
good one.
Now wave goodbye to your adoring fans below.
Bye.
All right, we're back. Let's talk EPCOT. So the EPCOT Garden Festival was going on right now, and it goes until, I just looked it up, July 5th. So long time. It was amazing.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, just
Flowers everywhere. It was truly, Epcot I think is always, at least in my mind, as the one that you can skip. It's kind of the park that is more for adults.
But it's not. I
it
mean,
really-
that's the reputation I
Yeah.
feel like it has, but it is amazing.
If nothing, and we'll talk about this, if nothing else for the aquarium.
Yeah.
And there were these little areas that I was very impressed. We had gone previously on an adult trip, spent very little time there, and it was fun. But this, I had much more appreciation for Epcot, and I think the things that they're trying to add to it. The Garden Fest in particular was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was
You
cool.
could just walk around and just see everything, but it wasn't as crowded. It's more spaced out. I feel like there's more walking at Epcot because it is this gigantic circle. But I did not give Epcot enough appreciation before going. I thought it was amazing. I wouldn't have saved it till the last day because truly at that point everybody was exhausted. We didn't build in a rest day because we were only there for a total of like 5 days, and then, well, I guess 6 because of our travel day, but I just didn't build in a rest day. So by the Epcot day, we were pretty spent, but we were still able to do a lot. So here's the big rides at Epcot: Guardians of the Galaxy, Test Track, Soarin', the Frozen ride, and the Ratatouille ride. So our plan, we got the reservation for Frozen because Roy was really looking forward to that. She had sat out so many rides that she couldn't ride throughout the trip. So I wanted to make sure that we got Frozen in for Roy. So I saved that with our Genie Plus reservation. So what we did with our rope drop is we went straight to Test Track. So Steven and the boys rode that. I was planning on riding that one. I did not wimp out on that one, but Roy decided last minute to get in line and she wanted to try it, which I was so excited. But then it's really loud when you're in line, and I think that intimidated her. So she decided she wanted to get out of line. So I got out of line. No, it was Liam.
Oh, they both did.
They both did, yeah.
The track goes over where you stand in line,
Yeah.
and it is loud. So
It's
as opposed to
prepare
like
yourself.
the roller coaster or whatever to the side, and
Yeah.
you could kind of watch it. It was like going over and loud, and they were like, "No." we're not
Yeah, so I got out of line
But
with Liam and Roy.
In all
No big
honesty,
deal.
it's very doable for any of the ages. Like our kids would have been totally fine if we could have gotten through that one little area.
Yeah, so they did Test Track. We walked around. I'm going to show you some footage. There was somebody who made Donald Duck out of a wet broom, and he did it on the sidewalk. It was right outside of Test Track.
cool.
I filmed. It was amazing. So I'm going to show that to you guys. It was just, the Disney magic is alive in everybody there. So we did. You guys did Test Track. Then we did the Nemo ride. We just on a whim, I looked in the app, it wasn't crowded, so we went there because our Frozen ride wasn't until like right before lunchtime. So we went there and we went on the ride, and when we came out, it's a whole aquarium.
Yeah.
I had no idea. 2 stories of an aquarium. I have a lot of
Sharks,
footage. I'll show you guys. You could spend all
manatees.
day in there. It was
amazing.
amazing.
The ride itself it's fun. It takes you kind of through Nemo,
Yeah.
and you just start sitting there. You go through,
Yeah.
and then it pops you out right into this aquarium. And
That was such a good
It was
surprise.
great. The kids loved it. They had little education things.
Mm-hmm.
It was a really I agree. That alone was kind of worth it,
Mm-hmm.
and especially if your kids are a regular trip before you is to go to the aquarium, and this was an added bonus
Yeah,
to Epcot.
it was great. And then we went through because they were having the Flower and Garden Festival, they had a butterfly exhibit, like where you could go in and immerse yourself with the butterflies. So Rory and Liam and I went in there, and it was amazing. Oh, my mom came in there with us too. And so I have some footage from that. That was really pretty. Then we went to Journey into the Imagination. Rory decided halfway through that line she didn't want to do it, so her and I popped out, but it worked out perfectly because Winnie the Pooh hangs out on the grass area out there, and so Rory and I got to hang out with Winnie the Pooh for a while you guys rode that ride.
He was doing yoga out there, and it was great.
She was so entertained. She had a blast with that, so that was really fun. And then we rode Frozen. I loved the Frozen ride. I got a little bit of footage for you guys, but since I didn't know what to expect, people came off of it a little bit wet, so I was scared to have my phone out the whole time, so I got a little bit of footage, and then I put it away. But that was worth it. It was so much fun. And at that point, it was about 1, 2 o'clock, and we didn't have a dinner reservation until I think 5 that night. And at this point, you could see the meltdowns were starting to happen. It was time for us to leave for a little bit. It was our last day. We knew we had to pack a little bit, so we all went back. We had a snack at the hotel. Everybody rested while we were packing. It was a good move. And then we just went back to Epcot. We had the Skyliner. We stayed at Art of Animation, so it was fun. The kids, that was a ride for the kids just to go on the Skyliner. So it was a good move to leave and come back. So the last thing to talk about was our dinner reservation at Space 220.
So cool.
I have footage I'll show you guys. It's a really cool experience. It is very expensive. I just want to prepare you. Again, look at the menu ahead of time. Make sure it's worth it for your family.
It was good because it was good meals for adults.
The food was good.
It was like steaks, options, all that stuff. But also had good kid options,
Yeah.
So they did well. But you sit down, the windows are just screens for space. You see the Earth, you see like astronauts going, doing fun things, and it was cool. The kids were blown away by it. It was just an overall great experience.
Yeah, and before you even go up to where the restaurant is, you go through this whole experience like you're
leaving
in a spaceship, and it really does look like it. It was cool. So that's Space 220. Look it up, see if it's something you want to do. Sorry about my phone going off. I forgot to silence it. Anyway, so it was great, and that was Epcot. So I think we'll show you the footage now. Thank you for coming along on our Disney trip. This is our last one to show you guys. So comment below if you have any questions on any of the parks. We are happy to answer your questions for you because I'm sure there's a lot that we just didn't even think about. But I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for sharing your time with us today.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Day 4.
Epcot Day.
Epcot.
Yeah.
Oh, where is she? There's our girl. Getting her shoes on. Good job, bro. We're gonna do the Disney Frozen ride. We have a lightning lane.
Let it go.
Lori.
Let it go.
Hello.
All right. Let's have some fun.
Great snack. Pretzels and cheese.
Hey, lucky I ordered it out. Yep. Daddy. The cheese is looking at hot food.
Break. Everybody's doing a ride. She didn't want to ride it. We're just hanging with
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Where did he go?
He's right there.
Just a normal Sunday hanging with Winnie the
Hi,
Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Disney magic.
Where's Winnie the Pooh going?
Yeah.